report them because there be some scammers, and we don't like the scammers. But welcome in, everybody. Welcome to the Rich Get Richard. I'm Mr. Richard. I was just talking to an individual about, there are so many people out here portraying to be other people, and it's just kind of annoying that you get messages and bombarded with other people proclaiming to be you and all other kind of stuff. So, be cognizant or be aware that there are scammers out here, and that goes for any account. You can be a just a regular influencer, you can be a rapper, you can be a celebrity, and what people will do is they will imitate those pages. And I've even seen some pages that I have almost as many followers than I do. And it's kind of crazy that I can't even get a fake. I can't not fake account. I can't get a secondary account because every spelling of my name is already taken. Every type of profile that I wanted to make doesn't even say my name on it. I can't even get it because so many scammers out there, and I just have to block them. So if you ever get any messages from me saying invest in this, send me some money, do this, do that, it ain't me. I don't need to send you no text messages. I'll DM people or I'll message back to you, but I'll never ask you to send me money on an app. All right. Only thing I do, if anybody wanted to reach out or anybody want to learn anything about me or anything, anybody wanted to learn more about the process, is I do a free webinar. And in the webinar, it's me live. I interact with you, and you can ask me whatever kind of questions you want if you're like serious about moving forward, or serious about doing it and this stuff. And that's the only thing I do. And I do it like that specifically for that reason, because if I DM people, you can mistake and think it's me. I mean, there's some profiles out there of mine that has like hundreds of thousands of followers, and I'm just like, wow, man, this is crazy. I hope that I never, um, I hope that anyone never gets anything, being a victim of circumstance, even though I've come across people that people have money had been taken from them. And I almost feel bad. I can't do nothing about it though. I can't just, okay, cool. Someone took $300, $400 from you or something like that, or $500. Here, um, here's the money back, which I would happily do that. But then I'll run in the risk and people just saying, hey man, you sent me $500 and I sent you $500 and it was fake account. And it was just someone just saying that. It almost reminded me of a story of I had a cousin, a little bitty cousin, and he said, every time I was like 6, and he said, hey, you told me next time you see me, you was gonna give me $20. And I said, I did? He said, yeah. So I said, okay, cool, here you go. Here's $20. And then I see him again like a year and a half later, and he'll say, hey man, next time you said next time you see me, ask you for $20 because you owe me for something. I said, I did? He said, yeah. And I gave him $20. And this kid was doing that shit for he literally was doing it for like 10 years. Every year I saw him because I didn't remember. Then the wife stepped in and was like, that kid tells you that you go give him $20 every time you see him, and you don't even think about it. You just give it to him. I said, yeah, because $20 ain't a lot of money to me, and I'm not trying to sit back and think about it. Maybe I did say it. So that little turd was getting $20 from me every year for 10 years, or damn near 15 years. Moral of the story is, if I said, yo, if you got ripped off from a scam artist, message me and I'll give you the money back. Then these scam artists would just message me and say, hey, I got ripped off by you, give me money. And that's what I don't want to do. So, I mean, it's just part of it. But yeah, welcome in everybody. So if you fell victim or someone's messaged you on social media, it's not me. All right. Only thing I offer, like I said again, only thing I offer is the free webinar. Only reason I do the free webinar because you're interacting with me face to face. You can talk to me. You can ask whatever questions you want, and it's not somebody trying to sell you some crypto or some crap like that. but it's all good. Someone said, I'll make this Q&A real quick. Normally I give you some mindset stuff to start us off, but first person in the chat is talking about how do I flip $500? So I said, oh, okay, cool. Let's flip $500. And I want you to think about it like this. If I had to reset my life, if I had to start over from scratch and I didn't have any money, how would I do it? Because $500 comically is not a lot of money. So you almost got to see it as no money. So what would I do if I had to try to make money right now? Someone said scratch off. That ain't it. So this is what I would do. I would take all the time I had that I wasn't devoted to my job, because you're more likely to have a job. I would take everything I have and I would devote it towards making more money. So let's break that down. Let's say you go in at 8 in the morning, you get up at 7, you got to be there at 8, you get off at 3:30 or something. I don't know, say 4. You get home at 5. You wind down for a little bit, you take a shower. That puts you at about 5:30. 5:30 to 9:30-ish, 10 o'clock, that's when you need to start making more money. That's your time to devote towards any and everything that can make more money. So you say $500, you can buy a pressure washer. You can buy window cleaning supplies. Hell, you can buy a car detailing kit and you can start car detailing on the side. I have a good friend of mine who wanted to start making extra money. He bought a car detailing kit and he charges, a good car detailer is going to charge you $300 to $400. So what he does is, to get his name out there, he just charges $100 or like $75. And if you have 2 cars, he'll charge, $1.25 or something like that. And let's say if he takes 2 hours to clean a car, and it's going to take him 3 hours, maybe 3.5 hours to clean 2 cars. That's $150 for 3 hours of work. That, in theory, is $50 an hour. Now, if you make $50 an hour, then I'm not talking to you. But most people don't make $50 an hour. And if you can make $50 a day, $50 an hour for 3 hours of your day, 2 or 3 times a week, that's some good money. Now, you take that money and you start putting it to work. You start investing it. Because I see a lot of people that get into like side hustles or get into all this other kind of stuff, and they don't invest the hustle. And that's where a lot of people mess up. They start mowing grass. They'll start couch flipping. They'll start mobile detailing. They'll start mowing grass, or they'll start pressure washing. And then they'll take that money and go to the club, or they'll take that money and buy some jewelry, or they'll take that money and go out and go out to eat. No, you don't take money that you worked after work to live your life. Because what'll happen is, over time, you will become accustomed to making $300, $400 extra a week. You'll make $200 or $400 extra a week, and then now your lifestyle will increase, and now you have to make that $300 or $400 a week just to survive. And you don't want to do that. You almost got to live like that money never happened. Take that extra money and invest it. So now let's put it in perspective. Let's say you make an extra $300, $400 a week on this hustle. $300 or $400 a week over, I'll put it at 350, right? 350 times 52 weeks. I'll take a couple weeks off. Maybe you weren't busy. So 48 weeks, that's an extra $16,000, $17,000. Let's say you put the $17,000 into a compounded interest account. That compound interest is going to pay you 10, 12, 14%-ish. Let's just say on the low end, it's 10%. So you make an extra $1,700 in this compound interest account. So now that account is at $18,500. Now we got some motion. Now we can make some traction. Now I can take the $18,000 and buy a whole pressure washing existing business. I can take the whole 18,000 and buy a landscaping company if that's what you were doing. I can start, if I was couch flipping, buying couches for dirt cheap, $100, $200, and then cleaning them up and selling them on Facebook Marketplace for $500, $600, $700, $800 plus delivery fee. Now I can do that. Now I can take the $18,000 and buy a truck and do more and bigger car projects, or buy some better equipment to do bigger yards or bigger whatever. So now, you know what I mean? That's really when you, and then you can start making track, or you can even do this. You can just take that 18,000, keep doing that. Let's get up to 20,000. Go to the bank. Then what's called a portfolio loan. The portfolio loan will loan you 80% of that. So now that money's going to keep making 10% a year forever. You take out a loan of your money, they'll give you 80% of it. Now you take the $18,000 and now you buy something that's going to at least make you that money back and some. So that's just one way that you can do that. That's how you take $500, pretty much shit, and make it sugar, you know. But there's multiple different ways you can do that. There's multiple ways you can go about it. Hell, I didn't even talk about the credit route. Let's say you have not the best credit. You hire me and my team to repair your credit. You take the credit, your good credit, and now you go out and get you an LLC, S Corp, C Corp, sole proprietorship. You take that, and then now you go to the bank, and now you get funds from the bank, lines of credit, and I'll even give you examples of some. Right here, here's $30,000 right here. Here's $30,000 right here. Here's another 25,000 right there. 25,000. Wow. 25,000. Wow. And I have multiple millions of dollars worth of funding. Multiple. Where we at? Multiple. I'm gonna try to do this fast because I want y'all damn scammers out there. Multiple millions of dollars worth, and that's not including the ones I have in the safe and or the ones I have on my person. You know, now you take that money and now you go out and buy you an existing landscaping company, an existing moving company, an existing pressure washing company, existing pool route company. You see what I'm saying? There's tons of ways you can do this type of stuff. I call myself the options man. My objective is to give you every option as humanly possible to do something. Now it's up to you to take those options and go ahead and get ahead. Now someone say, okay, 500 is cool. What about 50,000? All right, now we're cooking. $50,000. Hey, what's my slogan, everybody? $50,000. You're rich and don't even know it. Somebody said $50,000. So this is what you can do. You rich and don't even know it. Yep. What you can do is, let's say you have $50,000. You can put 10% down, or even 5% or 2.5% down on an existing business. Let's say the business is 10% down. You do 10% of 50,000, which would be a $500,000 business. Let's say that business is generating, I don't know, 200,000 a year in cash flow to you. So we're going to keep the math simple. So $200,000. The loan, you're going to finance $450,000, right? You put $500,000 loan, you put $50,000 down, you're going to finance $450,000. $450,000 over 10 years at 10% interest will be about a payment of $50,000 a year. Tracking? Simple math. $400,000 at 10% interest. $450,000 is $45,000. 10%. That's $490,000. $495,000. $495,000 divided by 10 is a payment of $49,500. I'll round up. $50,000 a year. Tracking? Simple. Your business or opportunity that you purchase brings in $200,000 a year of income to you. 200,000 minus the $50,000 in payments you owe to the government or the SBA or the financial institution who gave you the small business loan. So now your $200,000 cash flow is reduced 50,000. So now you have $150,000 left. However, you want your money out of that deal now. Take your $50,000 out of that deal. So you have $150 left. Now you have a $50,000 expense, whether you took out a line of credit, whether you took out a HELOC, a home equity line of credit, a refinance, or you took a loan from your brother, whether you put it on a business line of credit, a business credit card. I don't give a damn how you got that money. Don't make me no difference. You make 50,000, you make 150,000. The payment was 50,000. Your down payment is another 50. So now after that, you have an extra $100,000 of cash flow. And there are some things that you can do to reduce your taxable income because you don't have to pay taxes on that $100,000. But putting down $50,000 in a year from now, making $100,000 ain't a bad trade. So now you take, now you're in year two. Year two, you don't have to pay back the $50,000. Wow. You've already paid yourself back. You got your money already out the deal. You know, so now the $200,000 come in if the projections are the same. $200,000 minus your $50,000 to the financial institution. Now you make $150,000 a year. $150,000 a year in cash flow over 12 months breaks down to about $12,500 a year. So who couldn't live off $12,000 a month? Could you live off $12,000 a month? Most people can live off $12,000 a month. And if you bought an absentee business, meaning that you didn't even got to be there, you will get a check every year, every month for $12,000, $500 on average for as long as you own that business. And a lot of people say, well, I'm going to take the $12,000 and pay it off. No. Screw the debt. I got $500,000 to the bank, or I owe $500,000 to the financial institution. No, that ain't it. That ain't the play. Don't pay off the debt early. Keep the debt as long as you can, because the debt makes you money. And paying it off is you actually lose money paying off the debt. Somebody said, what about overhead and expenses? That's why we learn, my guy. That's why we learn the difference between cash flow, gross, net, seller discretionary earnings, profit, P&L, year to date, and tax returns. But I didn't really want to go into complex deep dive, but I already factored it in. But if you want to learn more about deep diving into certain businesses and certain entities and learning about overhead, expenses, employees, taxes, all that other kind of stuff, I have a free class that we talk about this stuff, and I talk about this stuff to a whole bunch of different type of people who like learning about this type of stuff. Link in the bio, join the free class, Wednesday, 9 p.m. EST. But that's a good question. But of course we factor that in. Why wouldn't I factor in bills? Someone said, where can I find these businesses for sale? I mean, you can find businesses for sale anywhere. You can Google businesses, your state for sale. And a ton of different websites will come up. Looking for businesses is not hard. It's almost like saying, where do I find someone to date? I mean, you can go to dating sites, you can go to the club, you can go to the bar. But if you meet set individuals and you have nothing to say, nothing to offer, you can't dress worth a damn, and you look a mess, what's the point? You have to know what you're looking for in order to get what you want. You just looking at random businesses and messaging business owners and messaging brokers and messaging individuals in these sectors, you're just wasting everybody's time. If I was homeless with a busted up t-shirt, rotten teeth, nappy hair, and I go to the club and start hitting on girls, you are going to get dissed every chance you get because these girls don't want you. Business owners and business brokers, when they get messages from people who don't know what they're talking about, they automatically just shun them out the window. I'll even give you a quick example. When I or anybody who knows me or anybody who I teach, if I message you, like if people message me or contact me and their business, if they're messaging me inquiring about a business and they're messaging me from a .com, Gmail, Yahoo Mail, Ymail, MSN Mail, I already know this person is not a professional. Just think about that. Now, how many offer? Let's say you Google a business for sale in your area. Let's say it's a Dunkin' Donuts or some shit. Who knows? Whatever the hell you want to buy, and you message him. My name is Hot Lips 55 at Yahoo. They're not going to take you serious. Not even close. And then what do you ask for? What do you ask these people for? Hey, I see you have a business for sale. Yes, I do. Let's say if you get past the screening, which a lot of them will screen you, because I know, because I deal with these people all day long. Let's say you get past the screening, they're in a good mood. What do you ask for? Hey, is this for sale? Yes. Can I buy it? Yeah, you got the money? No. I thought you was gonna like try to work something out. No, you come to me. You're acquiring about it to me. What do you ask me what you want from the business? And I can even break down multiple things you can say on those conversations. What are you even asking for? And let's say, hey, okay, cool. You don't know what you're talking about, but I'll send you all the information anyways, right? Do you know how to read all the business docs? Do you know the difference between SED, P&L, seller discretionary earnings, freaking cash flow, gross revenue, business expenses, tax returns? I mean, do you even know what any of that stuff means? You're just looking at a whole bunch of numbers. You're wasting everybody's time. You have to know what you're talking about. Even if you get past everything else, then you don't even know what a good deal is. I'll even ask you this question because when I get a new mentee or I get a person, I'll always ask this question. I'll ask you 3 random questions. Let's see how well y'all do. I ask, as soon as I meet people, I got a question. I got 10 questions I ask them. I ask them these 10 questions. And every question is worth 10 points. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 points. A 77 question out of 10, you pass. 8 out of 10, you're doing good. 9 out of 10, you're stellar. 10 out of 10, you're a genius. When I tell you this, the highest score I've ever gotten, when I ask people, when I initially meet them about owning a business, the highest I ever got was a 40. Sometimes 50. Because you think you know what you're talking about, but you ain't got a clue. Someone said, what's my favorite color? Black. I wear some duration. I'm kind of getting out of it now, but I always wear some duration of black or gray or white every day of my life. Focus, people. Focus. So I'll even do this. I'll ask y'all a question. I'll ask one of the questions I asked on the test. I'm going to think of a good one. There's a business for sale. There's a business for sale. And the owner wants $1 million for the business. The business produces in cash flow to him $1 million. So the day you buy it, 1 year from then, you will have $1 million in your account. So if you bought it for $1 million and it produces $1 million cash flow, you break even. Money to your pocket. You buy for $1 million, it makes $1 million. Okay? Super simple. The business has been open for 10 years. So he has a decent track record. However, he was doing some stuff under the table for a while, and now he wanted to go legit. So he started doing everything by the books. He's been doing everything by the books for about 2 years now. $1 million, running the business kind of under the table, wanted to go legit. 2 years legit. $1 million cash flow. Is this a good deal or a bad deal? And if so, why? Someone said, do I have classes that teach it? Yeah, click the link in the bio, join the free class. Bad, I need an accountant. Huh? He does have an accountant. He had an accountant for the last 2 years. Like I said, he's showing tax returns. He, accounts receivable, all that shit. Good. It's been open for 10 years now. Someone said 2 years not long enough. Yeah, he's been open for 10 years. Tax liability? Huh? What? I don't know what that means. It looks like a number fudge. Yeah, he's been going legit for 2 years. The last 2 years, he has tax returns. He has everything squared away. You took the tax, he took all the money and he bank records, tax returns, accountants, lawyers. We're good. I'm guessing no, because of the tax returns ain't 100%. No. He went legit. He's been legit for the last 2 years. Tax returns are good. Lawyers are good. Everything's good. The taxes will still be on him. Huh? I don't know what that means. Only 2 years legit. Some people say good. Some people say bad. Someone said, I would take that deal. I'm single with no kids. Yeah, you make your money back. You make your money back in a year. So even if you did buy it and it don't work out, you already got your money back out of it in a year. Those type of things that you should know, people. Some people say good, some people say bad. Who knows? I know. I'll give you another one real quick. Let's say there's a business and it's $1 million. And the cash flow is, to you, the owner, is $250,000. The business been open for 10 years. Everything legit. Taxes check out. Lawyers check out. You buy for $1 million. It produces $250,000. You get a 25% rate of return on your funds. Everybody winning. 25%. You can't get that in the stock market. You can't get that on a high yield savings account. You can't. Someone said due diligence. Let's say the due diligence is good. Everything's good. Everything's legit. Lawyer's good. Finances are good. You got an accountant. The accountant's good. It's been open for 10 years. The reason why they're selling is because they're old and want to move out the country and retire. It's all gravy. And what's crazy about it is the reasons that y'all say yes or no is not the reasons y'all should say yes or no. It's kind of crazy how that works. It's like it's either y'all talking yourself into it or talking yourself out of it, but for not the reasons that you should be talking yourself into it or out of it. It's just crazy. No, he said 4 years. So in 5 years, you recoup your investment and cash flow positive afterwards. Yeah, in theory. The answer is, I give you the answers to both of them. So question one, there's a business that is for sale for $1 million and it produces $1 million worth of income to you. Earnings before interest and depreciation? No, man. Like, you doing EBITDA and stuff? No. We're not doing no EBITDA stuff. Like, you're overthinking it, right? Surface level questions. This is surface level. Don't overthink this. He talking about some EBITDA, which is the calculations of earnings before depreciation, taxes, amortization, and appreciation. Dude, bro, no, we ain't talking about that. Which is good. But generally you don't factor in EBITDA on business's cash flow because everybody's EBITDA is the same, is different. If I took all my income and reinvested back into the business, of course my EBITDA would be different if I took out a draw or I paid myself a salary or I paid myself as an employee. So EBITDA is irrelevant to a lot of these scenarios. But that's a good point though. So first question, $1 million cash flow, $1 million business. You bring $1 million business that bring in $1 million. He been doing good. The business been open for 10 years, but he was going legit because he was just doing stuff under the table, wasn't professional. He went legit 2 years. Still said he made $1 million. Lawyer's good, income's good, tax returns good, all of it's good. Good or bad deal? Survey says bad deal. So, question 2. So if you say good or bad deal, for whatever reason, it's only a 50-50 shot. I mean, it's a guessing game. It's 50-50. It's either good or bad. But the reasons why you said it's bad, nobody said the reasons why it's bad. Nobody said the reason why it's bad. So next question. Preguntas, question. Number 2, $1 million business for $200,000. $1 million business that produces $250,000 cash flow or 25% rate of returns. Somebody said because of management fees. No. See, get into class. You got to learn, brother. I'm going to break this down first before we even get finished. Whenever you're making money in a business, everybody gets paid first. Your managers, your employees, your staff, your lighting, your cable, your electricity, your rent. Everybody makes money first. What's left is yours. And if you don't have enough money for everybody to go around, then you don't eat. That's why you need to learn this stuff, people. So when people say stuff like, what about a management fee? Yeah, managers get paid first. Employee is a manager. They get paid first. Rent gets paid first. Payroll, insurance, cable, water, electricity, they get paid first. That's why you have to learn this stuff, because some people out there will make $1 million and then pay themselves every month, and then they won't have enough money to go around after the fact. So you can't do that. That is illegal. You want to go to jail or you want to go home? Can't do that. So maybe I need to clear that up. But those are the type of things you're gonna learn. You learn that people get paid first. Then everyone gets paid first, then you get paid last. But what's good about that is everything that's left is yours. Word. Next question. The business is worth $1 million. It brings in, I don't know, $2 million in gross. Your profit is $250, which is 25% return. So after 4 years, 250, 250, 250, 250, you get all your money back. You make all your money back in 4 years. Is this a bad deal? Real quick, just pop in real quick. Say yes or no. Good deal, bad deal. Right? Some people say good deals. Some people say bad deals. Some people say no. Some people say yes. Survey says bad deal. And that's why you learn from people. That's why you have to learn how to evaluate a business. So if you got both of those right, congratulations. You guessed right because, it's just someone said, damn. But did you get both right? Did you get both wrong? Did you get one wrong? Did you get one right? I mean, I don't know. Some people, and then what's crazy is a lot of people will get questions right, but they don't know why they got them right. Some people will get the questions wrong, but someone said I got both wrong. Yeah. Don't feel bad. Nobody passes. It's like the Kobayashi. Uh-oh. Who even knows what that is? So, if you were a Star Trek nerd, whenever you become the captain of a ship, they give you what's called a test called the Kobayashi, because Kobayashi is the person who wrote the test. Even though they say Spock did it, but that's a nerd. That's wrong. A person named Kobayashi designed the test for you to fail. And they don't want to see how bad you fail, because you're going to fail it. The objective of the Kobayashi test is to see how you react and how you think and how you process stuff. So when I ask people the 10 questions or the 5 questions, whatever I want to give you, depending on how much time I got, it's a Kobayashi. You're not going to win. Nobody wins. The moral of the story is it's for you to see how you react and how you look at certain things, because you don't know the answer. Because it took me years to learn the answers. And you're not going to just wing the Kobayashi. You're not just going to wing knowing how to properly evaluate a business. It's just don't work. It doesn't work like that. You have to learn certain skills. You have to learn how that stuff works. You know? Somebody said, "Hey man, I'm bested. I gotta know why I missed the first question." So the first, I'll even kind of break this down a little bit. I really don't go into deep dive and stuff like that, but I'll kind of break down the first one a little bit too. So whenever you're evaluating a business, legitimacy when getting loans will make or break you. Because if you're going to get a loan from a financial institution or you're getting a loan from the government, they don't give a shit how long you've been in business. They don't give a shit how long you've been making money, because they're looking at how long you've been legit. So if you haven't been legit long enough for us to get a good track record of your history of the business, then it's not a good enough business for them. Now, on paper, because $1 million of income versus $1 million asking price is 100% rate of return, that's good. That's great money. But to a financial institution, they don't like that for multiple reasons, which I'm not going to get into on this. Multiple reasons. I can break down. Multiple reasons. And, I'm not saying I would or wouldn't. There's things that you need to learn about longevity and legitimacy when it comes to those type of entities. Regardless of, even if it was legit for 2 years, shit, what was it doing the first 10 years? If they was making that kind of money, why didn't they go legit? What are they hiding? I don't know. What if they was damn bankrupt and they fucking scheming money some other kind of way? I don't know. And the government doesn't know either. And the government, financial institutions, the SBA, Small Business Administration, whoever's loaning you this money, microloan, SBA 7A, 504, SBA Express, those institutions do not play that shit. Especially once you start getting in bed with like national banks and stuff like that, because they're going to have to underwrite that stuff. And they're going to say, yo, this has been open for 2 years. Oh, no, he said 10 years. No, the papers will say 2 years. I don't give a shit what he or she said. He could say 1,000 years. I started this shit during the last crusade of Joan of Arc. I don't give a shit. I'm looking at the paperwork. It says 2 years. So that's what we base it off of. Okay? But I'll give you that one. Well, there's a little more to that too. Just note that it's not good. But if you want to take that deal, then that's on you. But you couldn't do it through a government entity or a financial institution. Say word. Someone says, if someone's career involves a lot of negotiation and evaluation in corporate deals, are those skills transferable to buying a business? Yeah. Because if you're negotiating corporate sales, you can negotiate selling of a business. And then the bad part about it is, if you have that kind of skill set, you could if you can negotiate corporate leases and corporate takeovers and all that kind of stuff like that, you can negotiate a lot of other stuff. Just being good at negotiating on any level is good at helping you buy stuff that makes money. Real estate, businesses, side hustles, ATMs, you could just use those and transfer that to that type of stuff. But that's a good question. Will it make you more or less successful? Execution makes you more successful. I've seen people who had no skills be successful, and I've seen people with all the skills in the world not be successful. Difference between people with no skills and the difference between success to me and non-successful is execution. That's the difference. I rather I give you the best analogy in the world. Say if I sat here for 5 hours and talked to you about how to swim. After 5 hours, I said, okay, cool. Let's get in the water. The one guy who has no skill at swimming, go run and jump in the water. Don't even hesitate. Just jumps in the water. And then the person who used to swim as a kid a lot, but then kind of forgot how to swim, sitting there talking about, what's the temperature like in the water? How cold is it? So how do I tread again? Could you go over that lesson again? Could you do this? What about this? What about that? While the other guy is already in the water, treading, trying to float, asking questions in the trenches. Now, both of them might learn how to swim, but the person who ran and jumped in that water will figure out how to swim faster than the person who's sitting on the sideline asking about swimming. So that's where the rubber hits the road. People who execute in life are typically more successful than people who don't, regardless of their experience, regardless of their know-how, regardless of their other successes. To me, it don't really make a difference. I'd rather take somebody who's a gunslinger who can't shoot worth a damn than someone who's a marksman shooter who never pull the trigger. Man, that's a good analogy. God dang, that was good. Put that on a t-shirt. Someone said, question, what makes you take the leap to start your own business? Hating working for people. uh, Me personally, I would go to work and I would see, one thing about me and my job is I was in the military, 21, 22 years of however long I was in. You would meet or hang out with the same 20, 30, 40 people every day, right? It ain't like a regular job. You would, when you go to a regular job, maybe, you'll get certain people that you hang around with all the time. But in the military, you literally are forced to hang around with different types of people. Um, and you're forced to hang around whites, blacks, Mexican, Puerto Ricans, guys, girls, trans, tall, short, educated, non-educated, hood, country, mountain boys, southern boys, surfer boys, and you just get a big conglomerate of different types of people. And whenever you hang out with those type of people for a long period of time, because we're stuck in ditches, we're stuck in cars or vehicles waiting for, I don't know, important people to shoot, stuck out in the middle of the 3 a.m. working on an aircraft, just sitting there under we're just sitting there doing nothing. And you meet and interact with multiple different types of people all day long. And I've done like security guard duty, and I'll just be sitting in the truck watching a gate that no one comes to for 12 hours with a random person. And you just sit there. That shit gets boring. So you just start talking to them. You start interacting with them. You learn their quirks. You learn where they're from. You learn about their family history. You just learn everything. And I've noticed when I started doing that, after like 5, 6, 7, 8 years of doing that, I noticed that a lot of people was like oblivious to life, and a lot of people had no real like drive or goal. I would meet people that had 20 years in the military and they say they're going to retire in a year or something like that. And I was like, so what are you going to do? I don't know, man. I guess get another job. It's like, so what the fuck you been doing for 20 years? No degrees, no other hobbies or anything that other skills that can make them money. So I saw that it was a dead end, just constantly focusing on military all the time. So I took a step back from the military, which some people in my career hated me for it, and some people respected me for it because I can't rely on the government for the rest of my life. And then I see these people who had no ambition, no goals, no fortitude for the future, just be stagnant in their lives. And I told myself, I can't be like this. I got to start learning how to make some real money because this ain't it. This is not it. So that's when I started looking at different avenues on how to make more money. That's when I started to think outside the box. And then I started thinking to myself, if I'm working $20 an hour for 8 hours a day, how much money could I maximize? Even if I work at 24 hours a day, there's only three of me. I only can work 3 jobs max. But let's say if I had a property or I had a business that was doing, say if I made $50,000 a year, if I had a business that was making $100,000 a year, well, shit, that's double of me. Even if I was working 40 hours, it still was worth it. So I can own this business, work 5 hours a week, and make twice as much. It almost, when I put it in that perspective, I don't know why everybody doesn't do it. If I owned a business that I worked 5 hours a week and it made $100,000 to me, how many businesses could I have? Let's say if I had 5 other ones, and it's making me $100,000 a piece. That's 25 hours a week, which is still less than the 40-hour week you work, and that's not including traffic. So now I'm making $500,000 a year for 25 hours a week of work, while you're making $50,000 a year for 50 hours a week of work, including commuting and getting ready and stuff like that. When you start thinking about it like that, it's almost a no-brainer. I hate the term no-brainers, but it's to the point where you should want to do some of this stuff. You should want to go out here and get more money. You should want to go out here and try to buy real estate or buy businesses or start a side business or start a side hustle or buy whatever, right? Start investing, because there's only one you. And when you're 67 years old, you're not trying to be still working, which every time I see it, it's so sad. I go to McDonald's and the cashier is like 70 years old, or they have like the person cleaning the lobby, they're 70 years old. Or I see a guy sweeping outside, he's 65 or something. You think he or she wants to be at cleaning tables at 60 years old, 70 years old? Do you want to be cleaning at 70 years old? Hell, my body hurts and I'm in my 40s. I stand up real fast, I'm lightheaded. Shit, my hips hurt for the first 20 minutes of my day. For like the first 2 hours of my day, my hips hurt. Imagine when I'm 65, 75. No, it ain't trying to be walking around and working and slaving at those 70 years old. You know what I mean? I want you to think about that. Whenever you're out, eating out, hanging out with your friends, living a great life, making it rain at the club, buying some new jewelry, buying some new drip, signing for this new damn car, I want you to think to yourself, is what I'm buying or doing right now worth me working in my 60s? Is what I'm doing right now, what I'm buying, my Netflix, my hair, my nails, my clothes, me eating out, me going to the Bahamas, me going on vacations, me going to the club, me getting new jewelry, me getting grills, me getting Mac Daddy haircuts. Is that worth to you to be working in your 70s? Well, I might not live to 70. Okay, fuck it. What if you do? Because I always get the ignorant people that'll say, well, I won't live to be that long. You never know. You here now? And with that mentality, you won't live that long. Because you can't think to yourself, man, I'm going to die young. It's a loser's mentality. My goal is to be 100, right? A functioning 100, right? Not like a Joe Biden 100. I ain't trying to be doing this. I'm trying to be cognitive or aware of my surroundings, still functioning as an adult, So I want you to think about it like that. I want you to think about it like, do you want to be working in your latter years of your life? Your hip, your back, your thighs, your fingers, your eyes hurt, you're tired at 20s or in your 30s, in your 40s. That shit hurts now. Imagine when you're 60 and still got to wake up at 5 in the morning. Still got to fight traffic. Still got to be listening to a younger coworker or a younger boss who don't know shit about their job. You think it's cool now? Or you think it sucks now? Wait till you're damn 70, 60, still working. Or having to live with your kids, for your kids to support you because you made bad decisions when you was in your 20s, 30s, and 40s. That's some real shit for you. And I'll always see people in the comments on videos of mine. I'll always see people in my lives that'll say dumbass shit like, well, it's my life. I want to live my life. That's your opinion. Live your life. Have fun. But when you're old as hell and got two nickels to rub together, still grinding, still struggling, and all you had to do was make a couple of tweaks in this time, you're now. I don't give a fuck about what happened in the past. I don't give a damn what you bought. I don't give a damn what you got. I don't give a damn about none of it. We're here now. What are you going to do now for tomorrow? Man, Mr. Richard, that's cool and all, but I need this Hellcat. You have fun. Hope doing donuts in the middle of the damn parking lot, put it on social media is worth you struggling for the fucking rest of your life. I hope you have a fucking blast. Have fun. Because you will not have fun in your later years of life. You will be working and struggling the rest of your life. You will be that individual cleaning the parking lot at 70 years old. Because you want to chase damn Hellcats or chase grills or chase Gucci or chase freaking Jordans. Or chase the club, or chase vacations. A fucking vacation. A vacation is worth you working and struggling the rest of your life. And then people say, this is what really bothers me when people say shit like this. This is one of the good ones. Well, I don't want to be old and have my money because I can't enjoy it when I'm old. Who the fuck old around here? I'm old? I'm old to you. I'm old. I'm still functioning. I'm old. Yeah, because when I go out to vacations, real vacations, not the Bahamas or a cruise to Jamaica, that's not a vacation. Riding damn donkeys in a villa in Italy while being fed crepes and wine, that's a vacation. Going to Bora Bora, digging a hole, throwing a pig in there and covering it up with leaves while I get initiated into their culture while they rub a little smoke on my face and eating this prepared meal overlooking the ocean. That's a vacation. Not a cruise. Hey, how you doing, sir? How you doing, everybody? Ma'am, sir. Cool. Come in. Welcome in. Join. Let me know where y'all from. And if you're new here, just say what's up. I appreciate it. We're streaming on all social media platforms. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, X, Instagram. I appreciate y'all for being here. TikTok. But excuse me, if you find value in this type of stuff, if you just want to change, if you're just tired of the monotonous day-to-day nuances that we've all been through, and you know, it was kind of crazy though. Somebody DM'd me and said I'm oblivious, and you know, it's kind of crazy how people message me and they think they know what they're talking about, but they say stuff like, "You're stuck in the matrix." How? I'm self-employed, I own multiple companies, I own multiple pieces of property, and I work for myself. And I probably comically work 2 to 3 hours a day. Sounds like you're stuck in the matrix, my God. All right. I answer to nobody. I can literally tell every person in the world to fuck off. Now, if you can't do that, I wouldn't, but I can. I think I'm kind of a nicer, genuine person. I try not to be like disrespectful to people. And anytime I meet people, I'll always be respectful towards them. But you know, if I don't want to be somewhere, I don't have to be. If I don't want to go somewhere, I don't have to go. If I wanted to do something, I go do it. You talking about breaking the matrix? You talking about a level of freedom that people would damn near kill for. Like that's a level of freedom that I have now. If I want to go to Greece coming up soon, cool. My boy coming into town and want to do all the theme parks, cool. We don't wait in lines. Disney, Universal Studios, Volcano Bay, Busch Gardens, whatever we want to eat, we eat. Whatever we want to ride, we ride. And we don't wait in lines. We show up at 9, we're out by 1 because we skip all the lines. Because I don't want to be there no longer than I got to be. That's the type of freedom that I want. And I'm not, when I swipe my card, I don't think about, man, what card should I swipe? Because I don't know how much money is on there. I almost have to remind myself to review my accounts. That's the kind of money that you should want. I have to go on because my kids' Spotify account and their YouTube and their PlayStation accounts are connected to my credit cards or my debit cards, whatever you want to call it. So I got to go on there every 2 weeks to make sure these kids ain't damn spent $400 on Minecraft or something like that. That's why I review my accounts, just to make sure that everything is on the up and up. But I almost couldn't even spend the money I make, right? I can go out and get any car I want. I can live wherever I want. I can travel wherever I want to. I've been around the world and I can't find my babe. Not bragging. It's just I'm trying to talk to you from a position of where I was to where I am. When I joined the military, I was making $1,000 a month 20 years ago. I was making $1,000 a month. You couldn't pay me $1,000 an hour now to do whatever you tell me to do. You couldn't pay me $1,000 an hour to go get a job. It ain't worth it. You couldn't pay me $1,000 to wake up early. I want you to think about that. Thank you for the gifts. You couldn't pay me $1,000 an hour to get out of my bed early and go answer to somebody else. It ain't worth it. And you have to start believing it here and believe it here before you believe it here. You got to start going into work and thinking to yourself, you're better than this. You're bigger than this. If you feel like you're the smartest person at your job, if you feel like, I'm not going to say people are beneath you, but you ever feel like this company won't run without me? Your boss don't know what the hell's going on. I'm surrounded by, for lack of a better term, idiots. Except that one person that's cool, but you don't want to hang with them outside of work. If you felt like that ever, you felt like I felt the last 15 years of my life. But I had to do my time. I had to put in the work. I had to do the grunt work. I worked my 9 to 5, and then after my 9 to 5, I did my 5 to 9. I evaluated real estate. I bought businesses. I bought real estate. I did side hustles. I couch flipped. I free cycled. All of this stuff that I tell you that you can do, I can teach you. But you got to take the first step, people. You got to want it. You got to commit here and commit here. And what's crazy is, though, is that I'll meet people that'll want to do something, and then they'll do it, and then they'll just revert back to wherever they was doing. Or they'll say, yeah, I'm ready to sign up. I'm ready to do stuff. 3 days later, oh, man, I can't. Cool. That's fine. No sweat off my back. I already got mine. I'm here for y'all because my objective, if you choose to accept it, is to be the number one financial, money, content creator, coach there is out there. That's my goal. Because a lot of these people out here don't know what they're talking about, and it's trash. It's not good. It's not productive. It's borderline scammy, or it's unachievable, and or it's just it only benefits the people that do it. You know, it only benefits the person who's selling you something. But I'm not like that. I put y'all on game maybe an hour, 2 hours, damn near every day. I mean, what's crazy is I'll meet people that are like watch me for like 6, 7, 8 months, and they'll be like, "Yo, you finally convinced me to like want to move forward." You know, but one person at a time, people. One person at a time. But I can't accomplish my goal without putting myself out there and letting the world know that I'm here to offer better. And I do get people that'll message me and say, "You're an idiot. You don't know shit. You're broke as hell. What the fuck do you know?" That's fine. That's your opinion, right? Some people think LeBron James is not the greatest basketball player of all time. I don't know what game you watching. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, even the greatest person in the world has haters. Who's the most liked person in the world? I don't know. Tom Hanks. He got haters. Morgan Freeman. He has haters. Samuel Jackson. Somebody hates Samuel Jackson. Who's the most? So let's do that. I'm just curious. Who do you feel? Mickey Mouse. Somebody hates Disney. That's crazy. Somebody in this world hates Disney. Somebody hates Chick-fil-A. Think about it. Somebody doesn't like Chick-fil-A. Somebody hates Denzel Washington. Who? Just come on, start naming some stuff. Name some things that everybody should like. Keanu Reeves, I think Keanu Reeves was voted the most liked person in the world. Somebody hates Keanu Reeves. Someone hates the way he acts. Someone hates the way he looks. Someone hates the way he walks. Someone hates the way he talks. Whatever. Someone hates waking up. If you want to talk about non-physical things, some people hate breathing. I hate being broke. I hate paying bills, right? I hate anything that takes money out of my pocket. You know? I hate any of that stuff. Somebody said, someone hates Care Bears. Someone hates, I met a person who don't like Marvel movies. How you don't like Captain America? I mean, you hate Iron Man? Someone hates Spider-Man. Someone hates Superman. Superman almost represents goodness in all human beings. He is the embodiment of goodness. Someone hates him. Someone hates Barack Obama. Somebody hates Barack Obama. Somebody hates Trump. Somebody hates Kamala Harris. Somebody hates Joe Biden. Somebody hates Putin. Well, some of them people are not the best of people, but somebody hates the Pope. The Pope, the freaking leader of the Catholic Church, has to ride around in a bulletproof car. Someone hates the Cookie Monster. Someone hates Big Bird. Someone hates Michael Jordan. Man, it's crazy. It's crazy, right? So, in theory, somebody hates me. And I can deal with that because I know where I am in my life. I'm comfortable with my life and I'm comfortable with who I am. But my objective is to change everybody's mind or to get you to at least think to yourself, what you are doing isn't right and you need to be taught better from somebody who's done it. It ain't even got to be me, as long as it's somebody. And you can't continue to go through your life doing the same thing you're doing now, thinking that you're going to get ahead, because it never does. You will never get ahead doing the same shit you're doing. Credit card debt, buying cars, taking your little 2-week vacation and going out of town, or going on a cruise or the Bahamas or something like that, buying Jordan shoes, Gucci, all that kind of stuff like that. It ain't gonna work, my guy. It ain't worked for you the last 5, 6, 7, 10 years, 15 years. It ain't gonna work for the next 15 years. You're not gonna get ahead. Can't get ahead buying junk that doesn't appreciate or give you value. Doesn't work that way. And if you don't listen to anything I say, just listen to that. It will not or do not work. Okay? All right, enough mindset stuff. I can talk about mindset stuff all day long. I can literally just beat you out to death on mindset stuff. I think I'm probably one of the better, especially freestyle. Like, I have no script. I'm looking at 4 screens. Like 5, technically. I'm just, speaking from the heart. And the same speech I give you, I give myself every day. When I look in the mirror and I'm brushing my teeth, or I'm cutting my hair, or I'm shaving, or I'm in the shower. I beat myself up more than I beat up y'all, so don't even feel bad. Someone said, okay, so cool, let's get to some questions. Before we get started, commercial break. If you watch it from social media, anywhere, I appreciate you. Tap on the screen if you're on TikTok for 15 seconds, get the likes up. If you're watching from anywhere, I have a free class coming up Wednesday at 9 p.m. EST. Eastern Standard Time, for those who don't understand what I'm saying. 9 p.m. EST, Eastern Standard Time, because I'm on the East Coast. What side? Anyways, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday. If you want to sign up, the link in the bio, or just go to therichgetricher.com, or just go to Instagram and follow the link, or TikTok and follow the link. Sign up. I don't sell your information. I just give you a notification that the class is going to start. And after that, you come through, you come through. If you don't, I don't care. It don't make a difference to me. I already got mine, but we do talk about different stuff. And you're interested, let's go. If not, thanks for hanging out. Someone said even hate on Jesus. Yeah, somebody hates Jesus. It's crazy. It's nasty work out there, man. It's nasty work. I can understand Justin Bieber or something, or even P. Diddy or something. I give you that, but some people shouldn't have no hate, especially people who try to spread goodness throughout the world. Mother Teresa has haters. Someone hates the Mona Lisa. It is considered the most prestige, or the most prestigious artwork of all time. Just some people just hate on stuff. I will hate on the Mona Lisa. It is small as hell. I thought it was going to be big. That shit's not big at all. It's no bigger than this. It's probably like this big. I thought it was huge. That shit little as hell. On that regard, I will hate on it, but it's not. I can respect what it is and respect the value of it at least. It's not that big. What was your first property? Was your first property a multifamily? No. My first property was a 4-bedroom, 2-bath. I used a VA loan. I put 0% down. My PITA, property taxes, interest, and insurance, was 9.25%. It actually was like 9.27. I just tell people 9.25 when they ask, because it's just easier to remember. 9.25. I had 3 roommates. I charged them $500 a piece. 500, 500, 500. That's 15 hondos. 15 hondos minus my 9.25. I profited $1,500 a month. You're thinking, wow, if you charge $1,500 for 3 roommates $1,500 minus $925, your profit was only $575. Ah, 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 ah. Some people would take the 575 and live off of it. Clubs, shoes, cars, dumb shit. Next level of people would take the 575 and invest it. I guess. Sure. I was living there, so I paid my rent or my mortgage like I was living by myself. I took the whole $1,500 I was making and I invested that. That's how I did it. And then I took $1,500 and I saved it every month. 1,500, month one. 3,000, 4,500, 6,000, 7,500, 7,500 in 5 months. I could put 5% or 10% down on a $7,500 house. I did it once. I do it twice. Bought my next property. I think I bought it in like, I want to say like month 8 or something like that. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. This was literally like 2008, 9-ish. I don't remember. 7, 8, 9. I don't remember. If I had $1 million to put on, I'll say 2008. I deployed to Iraq. I deployed to Bahrain, 07. I deployed to Iraq. No, shit. I deployed to Bahrain, 6. I deployed to Qatar, 7. I deployed to Iraq, 8, 9. I bought my first property. No, because I got sick. I got black lung in Iraq, and I already had the house. So between 2008 and 2009 is when I bought my first house. When I got back from Qatar, I bought my first house, and I was deployed. So I was stacking that money too. If that's relevant. Thank you for your service. No, thank you for your support. Berkey! And then when I got back, I think that's what it was. Yeah, that's what it was. I deployed, had that property. When I got back, I bought my second property. And then I bought my third and fourth. And then I bought, I think my fourth or fifth one is when I hit my first home run. It was a guy who was getting a divorce, and his wife and him was doing a short sale. He didn't have any money. The house was going to get foreclosed on. They wanted $40,000 for it. I offered them 35. They came back and said 40, and I fixed the roof. I said 35, and you fixed the roof, but it was kind of the same thing. So we'll just say it was 40 grand. That was about what it was. I bought it for 30 grand, put, I don't know, 10, 15%, I don't know what, down. I owed 32,000. I fixed it up. I put another $10,000, $15,000 into it. So I was all in like 20 grand or something, 20, 25 grand. So 32,000 minus your 20 grand. I had 50 into it. I sold that shit for, I think like 145. I got a check for like 90 something $1,000. Not 89, I think it was like 90,000 and some change. And I said, oh yeah, I can do this. That was my first, like, I call them home runs because it's more money. A home run to me is more money you can make in a year. So when I hit a home run, that means that I can't work a year and make this kind of money. All right. Average American makes $56,000 a year. Actually, it's 54,000, but I think it just went up to 56. I don't know. It was 55. The average American makes $55,000 a year. So if I can do a real estate deal or a business deal that makes me more than $55,000 a year, it's a home run, right? The biggest deal I've ever done was 300 and something. So I'll let you know I'm not here fucking around. Biggest deal I've ever done was a little over 300, and it was a 6-hour deal. You do the math on that. And what was crazy about it is the individual called me and said, "Yeah, I've been reaching out to a ton of people and nobody want to do this deal." I said, "Well, why don't one want to do it?" They said they're just scared. They don't want to deal with it. And I said, "Well, break it down for me." I kind of walk you through this one a little bit, and then um, he had a piece of property that had a whole bunch of trailers on it. I think I talk about this a lot. He had a whole bunch of trailers on it, and the trailers was condemned. And then I said, let me go take a look at it. So I go look at it. It was like 6 trailers, but the trailers was AFU, all up, right? I would walk through the trailers. You would fall through the floor. It was like a homeless person living in one. And I was like, well, I see why no one I want to deal with this. And then I just stepped back and I used my brain for more in the hat rack. And I just started looking around and I was like, where are we? And it was like, we're in XYZ. And I was like, and I just started looking at where all these trailers was. And then when I was driving to the trailers, I just saw new construction, new house, new construction, new house. And I said, the money is not the trailers. The money is the land. So I got a surveyor out there. He said, if you put a new house on this, you could subdivide the lots. You could put 8 houses on this lot. I said, well, what are lots going for nowadays? He said, lots are going for, I don't know, 75 to $100,000 a piece. And I said, well, that's not clear. They're cleared lots though. There's nothing on it. So this will be a little cheaper because you got to clear the lots. You'd already had electricity, water, cable, and stuff ran to it. So if I had 8 lots at $60,000 a piece, that's $480,000 worth of land. I called the individual and I said, hey, yo, what do you want for this? He said, give me 100 grand, you can have it. I don't do land deals, but I did that one. But one thing about land deals that I do like and don't like, if you could take the property and shake it to an investor, cool. If it's in a desirable area, cool. Don't buy land and hold on to for years. That ain't a good deal. You know, that's not a deal. Now you can buy land and sell it. You can buy a land or a piece of lot that's extremely valuable in an area that a lot of people are building houses. You might got something, but you got to get it at a deal. But a lot of times, this was almost the height of real estate too. Like this was like in the 2022, 2021, 2023, when everything was just like, it was just, interest rates was cheap. There was a lot of money out there, and I knew I can shake it soon. Now I wouldn't probably do it. I wouldn't do it. I probably wouldn't do it now because people are sitting on land, people sitting on stuff like that now. So that's what I want to do. Hey, thanks for watching on Facebook. I see you. Even though no one ever was on Facebook. How you on TikTok and then you shoot up the damn Facebook and then you hop on Twitter and then you be on YouTube? Like, man, you hopping all over the damn place. I just see your name popping up in all these random spots. Like, bing, 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 bing. It's all good. But got you, bro. Oh my goodness. You all over the place. Man, I'm wanting your attention. Okay, you got it. Which question you got? I'm looking at your profile specifically. Someone said, will the current economy be messed up due to everything that's going on? Depends on how long it is. Depends on how long it is. Yeah. Ask the question. I'm looking at you. I see you. Ask your question. But I'm gonna tell you something too. Someone talk about current events. Like I can appreciate current events, but current events don't move me. I've succeeded or lived through multiple presidents. I've lived through pandemics. I've made money through recessions. I've made money through down markets. I've done, doing all of it. Those events don't, I don't factor those in. I personally don't care what's going on in the world. The market is going to go up, the market's going to go down. Houses go up, houses go down. Interest rates go up, interest rates go down. What am I going to do today to make money? And when I buy something today, is it making money today? Now, if it ain't making money in the future, then I will adjust. But I don't adjust according to what they did in the past. I don't adjust according to what they're going to do in the future. I don't care. I'm adjusting to what they're doing right now. What are interest rates now? What am I making now? What is my cash flow now? And if one day it's not making cash flow, then I will adjust. But I've already generally made enough money to compensate for whatever mistake is going on in the world, or going on in the private sector, or going on in the stock market, or going on in the feds, or going on in the administration. I've already made enough money for my deal to be profitable. And we all take L's. We all take L's. The only difference is some people take L's, they sit, bitch, complain about it, and think about and play the victim. Some of us take L's, learn from it, move on, and press. I was reading this one article that Jay-Z said, yo, man, I just did this one deal and I lost $10 million. So he said, it is what it is. Take the L, learn from it, and keep pressing. That has no factor on what I'm going to do. No pity parties here, right? Someone said, is it chaptered on your business or is it chaptered as an individual? Is what categorized or chaptered as a business? I don't know what I mean. Oh, does your bankruptcy work on an individual with the business? How does a bankruptcy work? Depending on the setup of the bankruptcy. Oh, the bankruptcy question depends on how your business is structured. First of all, bankruptcies are for businesses. Never file bankruptcy in your personal name. You never need to. Second of all, the S corp, C corps, if you do them right, the bankruptcy will fall on the business. If you have an LLC, limited liability company, whenever you file bankruptcy, because you're doing a Schedule C or you're adding some of that income is on your personal books, some of those debts that are acquired, you can be liable for. Just depends on your business structure. That's why you learn, right? But I don't know. That's like a hypothetical question. But if you're doing it right, you shouldn't be filing no damn bankruptcy anyways. You know, I don't know why anybody filed bankruptcy unless the company is in turmoil or you are in turmoil and you don't even need bankruptcy for that. Just need to know what you're doing. Do you put your rental properties under an LLC? You should, or an S corp or a C corp. However you want to structure it. But you should have it in some kind of entity. Some kind of entity. And if you want to get into the bigger boy stuff, I say initially you can start with an LLC, but when you start getting a decent amount of properties, you need to start bumping that stuff up, man. Oh, you just look. Hey, look at you, man. He hopping all over the damn place. I was on Twitter, then on YouTube, then I'm on Facebook, now I'm on. Oh, goodness. Someone said, I've just been waiting to buy a company, but I just want the property. I'm dealing with an individual now, and what they're trying to do is they're trying to find the perfect deal. And I said to them, a perfect deal almost don't exist. And I'll give you a great analogy. I'll use dating as an example. Let's say if you found a spouse or a girlfriend or a boyfriend or whatever, and they had 75 to 80% of everything you want in a partner. 75 to 80%. I'll even say 75% because I'm gonna put on a little edge. You found a partner, you met them, and 75% of the stuff you loved, but 25% of the stuff you didn't like. Is that a good person you want to date? Would you take that chance? Or are you holding out for that 100%? Because that 100% is going to be really hard to find. 100% of anything is going to be a hard pill to swallow for anybody. Okay? If you want to move forward in a relationship, if you want companionship, if you want a relationship, if you want marriage, then you're going to have to make some sacrifices. I can tell you everything there is about owning a business. I can tell you everything there is about owning real estate. I can tell you everything about owning ATMs. I can tell you everything about storage. I can tell you all that shit in the world. Now, if you want the perfect location, you want the perfect business, you want the perfect hours, you want the perfect amount of money, you want the perfect owner financing deal, you want nothing is perfect. Some things you're going to have to compromise with. Nothing is perfect. I'm not perfect as a husband. My wife is not perfect as a wife. Well, if she's listening, yeah, she's a perfect date. But, but the difference between perfection and working with what you got to get to where you want. If I was looking for perfection, then I wouldn't be married. If I was looking for creme de la creme, then nobody will be married. They can have a lot of attributes that you find attractive, but nobody is perfect. You might be perfect for each other, but nobody's perfect. And you're not perfect either. You probably pass gas when you sleep. You probably snore. You probably smell weird sometimes. You probably tell horrible jokes. You probably walk weird. You probably get moody when you're sleepy. You probably eat crap. You probably don't work out. You're probably going to gain weight when you're married. You're not perfect. But the difference between, like I said before, people who are successful and people who are not is execution. Getting married and making it work is better than never being married at all. Because anybody can tell you how to date and anybody can tell you how to be married. But nobody can tell me how to be married until they've been married. And nobody can tell me about owning a business until you own a business. You can analyze deals all day long. You can look at businesses all day long. You can look at properties all day long. Best analogy in the world. Everybody knows how to fight until they get punched in the face. Everybody knows how to swim or teach someone how to swim until they get their ass in the water. You got to get in the water, people. How much do you consider FU money to you? To me, it's kind of simple if you kind of think about it. FU money is the amount of money you need to make not to have to answer anybody. And it has to be reoccurring. It's not a set amount. So a lot of people say, oh, $1 million, $2 million. You're looking at it weird, people. Never look at a specific amount of money as FU money. It's an amount of cash flow that reoccurs that you don't have to do anything for or very little work to do. Let's say if you're making, you need $5,000 a month at your job, right? That's $60,000 a year. Let's say you bought a business and the business brought in $70,000 a year. $70,000 a year of cash flow to you in your pocket, by definition, is FU money, because you don't need to work for no one else. You are telling the world, screw you, I am self-employed, right? You might not go to like a major restaurant and tell them screw you, or go to like a plane charter and tell them screw you, right? It's a limited screw you money or FU money, but it still is FU money. But now if you want to start talking about going to places and, going to the best restaurants in the world, flying all over the world, having the best house in the world, having the best cars in the world, then that dynamic or that metric is almost contingent upon what you want. If you want a Lambo, factor in the Lambo. You want a house on the beach, factor that in. You want $10,000 of spending in close a month of a budget, factor that in. Whenever you come up with that number, how much is a Lamborghini payment? $3,000 a month. Cool. What other car you want? I want a Range Rover. Cool. How much the payment? $2,000. So now you're at 5. What's your house payment? $10K. Cool. Now you're at $15K. How much money you need to live? I need another $5,000 in living expenses. Cool. That's $20,000. What else? You can do it with that? Cool. $20,000 a month breaks down to $250,000 a year. Now you need to buy a business that produces $250,000 a year. It's about as simple as it gets, people. But I hope you find value in this. Hope you learned something. I hope you gain some kind of knowledge or understanding of what it takes to get ahead in life. And you need to start focusing on what's stopping you from getting ahead. I don't know if it's money, capital, know-how, fear. You got to start associating with and start hanging around individuals who are doing this on a higher level. Now, I'm offering my hand out. If you want to learn, I'll teach you, but you got to want it. If you want to learn more, click the link in the bio, join the free class. I do it, it's Wednesday, 9 p.m. EST. So 9 Eastern Standard Time. So if you're in California, it'll be like 6 o'clock Mountain Time, 7 p.m. on Wednesday. If you're in Central, I think it's 8 p.m. I'm off. I don't even know the time zones, but I know it's Mountain, Central, Eastern, and specific times. No, Eastern, Western, Mountain, Central. That's it. I know. But I don't know the difference. I get the two in the middle. I think Mountain because I think of like the Colorado mountains. I don't know if that's right though. So Mountain, Central is in the middle. Central is like Texas. So they're 1 hour behind. So 8 o'clock East Coast would be 6. But yeah, if you're interested in learning more, click the link in the bio, join the free class. And if so, I'll see you there. Ask me all the questions you want and we can just go from there. If not, it's okay. Until then, I'll be the Zane.